Well, we have a new addition to the disaster recovery plan. Minor addition. We have this little guy. That is a solar panel charger. I bought, a long time ago, I bought little battery chargers that you could charge, and they're 10,000 milliamp or 10 amp batteries, what they say they are. It's enough to recharge your battery of your phone maybe 3 times. And then all these chargers started coming out for solar stuff, solar chargers for your phone, that sort of thing. And I want to get one of those 3-panel ones, and I've seen cheap ones come out, and I just don't know which one's any good, so I thought I'd pick this one was like $16 or something like that. It's the battery and the solar charger. It claims to be 10,000 milliamps as well. I'm hoping to be able to charge 2 phones out of it in a day for the hurricane disaster recovery plan. Not that we have much of one, but we've had the power go out a couple of times here. Natalie's actually been stuck at the house with no power, just on a random day. You know, it was a Tuesday or something, and there was no power at the house. And her phone was dying because she had to keep calling the power company. Power company's like, it's back on. It's like, my power's not back on. So she had to go check the breakers and call them back and say, look, I checked the breakers. I'm on 5% power in my phone. Come fix it. And they came out and threw a switch somewhere, and okay, yeah, your power's back on. So, but the sun, I don't know if this is going to work, is like behind these clouds. Today's been a little bit of a cloudy, on again, off again, rainy day. So it says it's charging. Little lights are going. That means that little lights going back and forth like that means it's charging. But I don't know how much. I think it just stops at some point. The instructions were clearly translated from Chinese to English. It was actually one of the better translations that I've read, but still you could tell. You know, I should go get it and read it to you. Just the wording in the sentence is a little clunky. Why don't they hire? I don't understand. I guess there's so many of those cheap devices that they just don't want to spend the money. You know, the extra, $5 it would cost on the development of a device. Yeah, I guess that's $5 in their pocket. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it would be cheaper to invest in a translator that actually worked than it would be to hire someone to translate the instructions. I don't know. I'm not in that business. Oh well. See how it goes. So far it's been out here since like 3. It's now almost 6, and it's still charging. So it's not a quick charger by any measure. But it's been cloudy. They said put it in direct sunlight. Just don't leave it in direct sunlight all the time. Oh, there's the sun again. All right, let it go. See how if it ever finishes charging. So part 2 on this little solar charger. I don't know if it's coming out on camera, but you can see the little battery charging light thing going off. It indicates that it's charging. Well, I kind of wish I had done the math on this before I purchased it. I paid like $16 for this thing. So it's a 10,000 milliamp battery for your phone, and it does charge off of the wall, so you can charge it off the wall. So okay, that's fine. That amount of money for a decent water resistant, it is water resistant battery that will charge your phone. I like it. Okay, so. But the solar charger part of it is a waste of time. This is a 10,000 milliamp hour battery that needs to be charged. And the solar part of it is 200 milliamp hour. And if I had done the math, I would have figured out that you divide, there's a reason they put the word hour at the end of those terms. This thing will charge the battery at a rate of 200 milliamps per hour, and if you do the math at 10,000 milliamps, that's 50 hours it's going to take at 100% efficiency to charge the battery. And I looked it up online, a couple of places. It says you're lucky to get 20% loss, so anything less than 20% loss is miraculous. So 60 hours of sunshine, sunshine. And in a cloudy day, I don't know if this thing charges. I don't know if this thing charges on full or not. And plus, the LEDs and little computer are eating up some of that juice. So I don't know. This thing, I just don't think the solar part of it is a good time. Is going to charge it a decent amount of time. But like I said, I'm happy with the battery part of it. If the battery part of it lasts, and we can charge it up, of course, on the wall, so that's awesome. And if that part of it works out, I'm good. Now, what I am going to look into, they have like the 3 fold-out panel batteries that have a battery in them. The 3 fold-out panels that are sheet of paper sized. And from what I understand, those are at least 1 amp or 1.5 amp or something like that. And those will actually charge multiple devices at the same time in direct sunlight. And they put out enough that a phone would charge in 90 minutes or 2 hours or whatever. This thing would charge in its normal amount of time. So what I'm thinking is buying one of those full size, it's a fold up 3 panel charger, and using these to charge up. So what you would do is you'd lay it out on the grass or whatever, you lay it out, you put this underneath it, or you put another one of these batteries underneath it, you charge up the batteries with that thing, and then you would have enough power to run all night. And that's for like hurricane recovery. So this thing, as a solar charger, 60 hours is a little much. Plus, you know, within 60 hours is just not acceptable of sunshine to charge up something like this, I'm sorry. But it is acceptable as a battery, to be honest. So waste of time for the solar part. Looking at other options.